All right, well, this afternoon, so we should go ahead and get the meeting started. Commissioner Morrison in the room, we have Commissioner Eggleston and myself, Pam, Ed, Phil, Sherry, Toon, John Abel, and Josh Patton. As a reminder, the meeting is being recorded, and everything said in this meeting is part of public record. There's no cause for public hearing, no old items of discussion that I'm aware of. New items of discussion, there's none on the agenda. It should be a relatively short meeting, I think.
Yeah. All my stuff, is the solicitor's taking a look at and waiting for him to respond to, so I don't have anything.
Okay, no project updates either?
So, we had a discussion this morning about the grant application for the EPA to come in and do a study, well, not to do a study, but they have like a planning group that comes in and helps you put together a plan to better utilize natural resources for recreation and for other things.
Right, this is a partnership between EPA and the USDA.
Yeah. So we're going to move forward with the application, albeit with some trepidation in that apparently there's a similar program that was utilized in Forest County within the past few years. So from the research everybody did, they assumed that we would have a challenge getting a grant in the adjacent county, like, you know, within a couple of years afterwards, when there are only, I believe, 9 in the entire country, 5 of which are in the northeast end. So the 3 or 4 that are left over, the rest of the entire country is going to be arm wrestling over them. But that said, I think that the discussion was, we're going to utilize the money that we've allocated to put an application together, and then at the same time use whatever work and research that's put into it into doing other grant applications. So, because basically the goal is going to be to focus on the corridor between the city of Warren and the dam, Jake's Rocks. Actually, I shouldn't say that. All the way down to you, the past couple of weeks, basically the river corridor, I should say. But the goal of turning that into a tourism corridor and getting the utilization of the trails, the bike trails, getting access, better access to the dam, and you know, trying to make it, you know, get more engagement from the community and from the surrounding communities.
Any outlying cash match from the county?
Well, it was just what we had talked about at last week's work session. The date, the deadline for the grant application is the end of the month.
Right.
So we had talked about allocating $2,500 to it from the marketing budget, and then so I think that it's going to be much less than that is what we're going to actually spend. Just because I think that the scope is going to be narrowed considerably.
Something more in the $1,000 range?
Probably less than that.
Okay.
I let, my thing was to let the WCCI determine how they wanted to go after it. But I think that all the work that's going to be done isn't, you know, in either case, all the work that's going to be done is going to get used past this application.
Exactly. The other reason I think it's a smart use is, even if we don't get it this year, more or less change the date, reapply it year after year until we get it.
And that's the other thing is that this is an annual program, apparently, at least right now it is. And then, so we can try next year. The other thing is that, you know, the budget, the state budget is going to be finalized within the next month. Then all of the various grant opportunities that will come out of that will become available. I think we can reutilize this information to make, you know, DCNR apps, you know, and other things. Because we need more, you know, usable stuff that we have shovel ready, I guess, you know, whatever, ready to move on. So.
Okay. Good, any other project updates?
I had a, I wanted to, I suppose I should wait, the housing forum, I just wanted to talk to you about the housing forum. It was really incredibly informative.
Oh, right.
I don't want to say surprisingly so, it's just, I had no expectations for the event. I scheduled it mostly because I'd skipped the CCAP conference because, everybody, I think everybody was sick and I didn't want to go down. I couldn't go down. So, anyway, they had some, my intention is to schedule a trip with, city officials, township officials, and our planning and zoning department to Lawrence County to meet with their planning director and commissioners to discuss, to get as much information as we can on their redevelopment initiatives. They have, they're basically doing everything that we've talked about doing and work towards doing related to redevelopment, and they have they've done a really amazing job with very limited resources, and I think that in the long term we'll probably invest a lot more in our process than even they will. At least I believe so. I would like to, but they've got their land bank set up. They've got a partnership with a couple local nonprofits that do housing redevelopment. Putting down federal grants to help subsidize the redevelopment projects, and they're actively redeveloping commercial properties that have been abandoned, and they had a lot of really amazing information about how they're using, the tax claim process and the land bank process in order to dramatically reduce the cost of redevelopment and actually getting somewhere. I didn't realize how bad the situation was in Newcastle. Their county's population is 90,000, roughly double ours, and they were one of the groups that presented and had information that was comparable to what we're trying to do. And so what I would like to do is rather than try to reinvent the wheel, I think that we've done a lot of research already, but I'd like to just take in boilerplate, a lot of other stuff, bring it here, and then analyze it, and then see how we can apply it to what we've talked about doing with the county. Because it seemed really, they're in the past couple of years, I think they put maybe $10,000 into their land bank, which I just fell out of my chair. I thought that with the level of problem they're having, that they should invest more of it. And everybody that was talking about it that's having major issues, the biggest problem they're having is getting their elected officials to invest in the land bank so that they can take care of these properties. Even in Philadelphia, every single organization that presented had massive problems with property redevelopment. And I think that with what we've talked about doing, especially once we get the closure funds, done, and we can absorb that funding, the ability to take what these folks are doing and then apply it here, I think there's a huge opportunity. So I just wanted to let you know that I was going to be initiating that. I'll probably send a request, whoever wants to go, whoever you think should go, they're more than welcome, and any input from anybody else would be welcome.
Okay. Good. Any other questions, please? Very good.
I think that's it. Like I said, I've got a bunch of stuff I just gotta, it's all,
Yeah, I understood.
it's very close.
Public comment. I'd like to welcome our guests, John Engel and Sherry Toon. Do you have anything you want to say?
It's good to be back here. Even though my time is going to be short-lived, but
Same, it's good to be back. I'll be interested in speaking with you guys further some other time about some relevant issues, but.
John, are you gonna be here through June?
Yes, I plan to.
Okay. After the meeting's over, I'd like to talk to you about being a part of the, we have a sustainability task force that we've started, and this is part of putting together the comprehensive recycling program. And I was going to ask you to be on it, but you know, I wasn't sure what your situation was, and even if you're there for a couple of meetings, that would be something.
Sure.
You know, and it's not, it's something too that you can even work on remotely with whatever free time you've got if you're interested.
Okay.
It'd just be good to have somebody that has a science background. And
Who can we sign Sherry up for?
well, I'd sign Sherry too, but I mean, Sherry's, you know, pretty occupied. I don't know that she wants to, you know, Sherry can do whatever she wants.
Very good. Any other public comment? Any department head updates or interdepartmental updates?
We got the bridge dedication Saturday.
Yes.
That will start at 11, they'll close the bridge at 10 o'clock. Did Ed Seebeck get in touch with you?
Yeah.
He wanted to set up a meeting between you and I haven't heard anything back from him.
I've got the date and time on my schedule. I'll get with you.
Okay.
Very good. Any other department updates?
I don't believe I'll be able to make it to the bridge event. I'm gonna try, but I doubt. I'll probably be there as it's ending. I had an event scheduled way before they scheduled the date. I can't change it. Otherwise, I would be there for the dedication.
And we're working on a, next thing is a Vietnam era pinning. We're going to do it at Courthouse. Commissioner Eggleston has agreed to speak. Thank you.
It'd be my pleasure.
We're hoping to have a huge turnout for that, so.
And when is that? June 13th?
June 14th.
June 13th, I want to say. Okay, I'm not a calculator. June 13th.
Thursday,
Birthday one.
That is from
1 p.m.
1 to whenever.
Okay, very good. Commissioner schedule, a couple quick things. So tomorrow, a reminder that tomorrow is the state of apply for absentee civilian night. Also tomorrow afternoon, I'll be going through the public safety Motorola training pretty much most of the day. So I'll be at public safety, I'm just not available pretty much the entire day. And then, Saturday I was going to make the announcement about the bridge ceremony. But that's it. Anything else to add?
So just to be aware, the week of the 27th through the 31st, I'm going to be out on vacation.
Good for you.
Yeah. I've decided that after the primary, I'm going to collapse beyond the finish line. I will then be given fluids and oxygen, and then I will go into a coma for a week.
Okay.
You sound like a sailor.
It is. It's like deep sea diving. You gotta don't want to get the bends.
Okay. Let's not bother going over the commissioner meeting since that's not until next week, so we'll talk about that next Monday. Anything else for the good of the order?
No.
Let me stand adjourned at 12:15. Wow.